So, Chris Christie, I don't know if you guys know what's happening in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a couple of things happening that are pretty interesting. The first thing is that Chris Christie decided what made him famous as a politician, what made him the darling of the donor class, was that he was able to reform the New Jersey pension system. And by reform, what he did was he cut the pensions that the people were promised, the workers, the state workers. He cut them by 30% and made them pay 25% more. And they said, hey, listen, we'll do this if you guarantee that you will start making the state payments into the pension fund, even at this lower amount, because the past governors didn't do that. There's been this big shortfall in the pension fund because the past governors, weren't paying what they were supposed to pay into the pension fund by law. They weren't doing it. Chris Christie made his political reputation by going all over New Jersey, shaming his former governors, his predecessors, by saying those guys screwed you. They didn't pay into I'm going to reform it, and I'm going to do it honestly. So he guaranteed he would pay it. Not doing it. He decided that recently, because he cut the taxes for the wealthiest people in New Jersey and corporate taxes. And guess what happens when you do that? There's an $800 billion shortfall in his budget, which he's going to take out of the pensions. So he's screwing over the thing that made him famous, made him a viable national candidate, he's going back on. Okay, so that's happening. The other thing that happened was they came out with a gun. They have these new smart guns, Frank, where it takes like your fingerprint kind of a thing, where it'll only work if the owner is holding the gun. It's called a smart gun.
It's actually a wristband is the current one.
There's a couple of things. Yeah, so you have to have a wristband on while you're...
They do make a fingerprint one. It's not marketed in the United States yet.
So here's the thing. So they have these smart guns now. No one's selling them anywhere in America yet. And the reason why, in New Jersey, there's a law that says once these smart guns, this technology becomes available and they're being sold, that every gun sold in New Jersey has to be one of these smart guns.
Right.
That's the law. Now, the people in the state have said, hey, guess what? Turns out that's a bad law. And we're willing to change that law because they see the problem with it, right? So...
which is essentially that the NRA has threatened violence against people for even suggesting that they would sell these smart guns.
So anybody in the country trying to sell a smart gun is getting unbelievably harassed, not only by the NRA, but other citizens who belong to the NRA. There was a guy, a gun dealer
in Maryland,
wanted to sell it. He goes, you know what? You're doing the same thing. You're saying that I can't sell a certain gun, just like the people who are against guns are doing. You're hypocrites. Oh, did they come down on that guy? And he released a web video doing a mea culpa. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sell those guns. He got his ass handed to him. So that's exactly what happened. So I called Chris Christie. I called Chris Christie. We had a little bit of a conversation about a couple of those things. And
by the way, Jimmy, have you also heard about what Chris Christie has been doing in social media lately?
No, in social media, what's Chris Christie been doing?
He's getting into corned beef activism. He's a large man.
He is a large man, Frank. Okay, here's my conversation with Governor Chris Christie. So I called him up. Listen to how he answers the phone. It's kind of interesting.
Rufo's Body Shop.
Governor?
Who's this?
It's Jimmy Dore.
Jimmy, how the fuck are you?
Why did you just answer the phone that way?
Look, for tax reasons, as far as you know, I work at this body shop. Get it? Yeah, you do what you gotta do.
Sure. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about this controversy that's happening in New Jersey right now.
Why do you want to talk to me about New Jersey?
Because you're the governor.
New Jersey pretty much governs itself. I just come in on Fridays to do the books and shit.
That does not sound good, Governor.
What? I got other things, okay? I'm focused on being president over here.
Governor, I'm pretty sure you're not even going to get the nomination.
Jimmy, come on.
What?
Come on. Come on, nothing?
What are you talking about?
Nothing?
What? What are you
Come on.
Why you keep saying that?
Come on. Have you seen the current field of candidates? Rand Paul, Rick Perry, Jeb Bush. It's like an episode of The Bachelorette, Idiot Edition.
I see what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure I could walk out of the State House with a pre-adolescent boy stuck to my penis and still get the nomination.
Governor, the bridge scandal, it really doesn't seem like it's going to go away.
So what? People like that kind of thing. They want a president who can break a few kneecaps. Like, let's say this Putin character pulls a little something on my watch. Maybe all of a sudden our bridge to Russia has some lane closures. Bada boom.
Okay, look, Governor, I wanted to talk to you about this gun thing that's going on in your state.
What? What guns? I don't know nothing about no guns.
No, Governor, this German company developed a smart gun.
Smart? Smart how?
Well, basically, only the owner can fire the gun.
Oh, hey. That's like real futuristic type stuff, eh?
Yeah, but the NRA and the Gun Owners of America are against it.
What? Why? Who doesn't want a gun with magical abilities? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, there's a law in New Jersey that as soon as the technology is available, gun stores can only sell smart guns. And so the gun lobbyists are afraid that if smart guns start selling, then they won't be able to get any other.
Ah, for Christ's sake.
Well, your attorney general said she'd repeal that provision of the law if the gun lobby would just let dealers sell these smart guns.
She did? Good for her.
But the NRA isn't budging.
Oh.
And now, on the other side, the Brady campaign is suing New Jersey for not issuing reports on smart gun technology as stipulated by the law.
Ah, biscuits and corn.
Governor?
Ah, Chicago. I need this shit like I need more actual shit.
What exactly do you see as the problem here?
The bumping hour with their guns and they're talking and they're talking. The guns. They're the electrified asshole of modern politics. You say guns are okay and it's not enough for these people. You gotta say everyone can carry a rocket launcher into a maternity ward or something. And then the normals get a little freaked out because, duh. You try to backtrack a little and all of a sudden Wade LaPierre kills your dog and leaves his head in a friggin' mailbox. How much more of a gun guy do they want me to be? I mean, I saw Solanzo and McCluskey right in the middle of Luis's Ristorante.
That wasn't you.
I'm pretty sure it was me, Jimmy.
That's from The Godfather.
Nah, I gotta go. Because evidently, I have to wade my fat Italian ass in the middle of this gun's poco merda.
Now, Governor, I wanted to talk to you about you not funding the pension reform that you promised to fund. That was your crowning achievement, was your pension reform. You made your name on pension reform. You berated your predecessors as liars and charlatans because they failed to pay into the pensions. And now you, who promised that you fixed it, and you asked the public sector workers to pay 25% more for their pensions, and then they would reserve 30% less, but on the promise that you would fully fund this and you would agree to pay. So they agreed to pay more to get less.
Yeah, and I promised that I would guarantee to fund it.
And now?
I'm not fucking funding it.
That's despicable.
That's beautiful.
It makes you a double crosser. That makes you a liar. That makes you an asshole.
All of which I take as a badge of honor. Thank you very much.
What are you talking? How?
What you don't realize is I've already screwed over union workers. The people like it when I do that anyway. And union workers hate me anyways. And the union workers who do already like me and already do vote for me are so fucking stupid that this won't change their minds about me either. God bless those dumb fucks.
Really?
Thanks for telling me about this, Jimmy. You're a good boy. I'm going to send you a fur coat and an Asian girl.
Really, Governor?
Too late. It's done. No backsies.
Okay, that was Governor...
Hey.
Governor Chris Christie. Thank you very much.
Wow.